Hello, everyone. Today is Friday, October 10th, 2025. Zip day for Monday, the 13th. All right, let's go. Well, as far as official setups, let's stick with these two for now. Obviously, you want to wait for an entry, especially in light of today's action. Not a pretty day, obviously, the portfolio, but once I punched it all in, I was a little surprised. It's not as ugly as it felt. It sure did feel ugly, didn't it? Anyway, official setups. Let's stick with the NP and the OR for now. Whatever you do, of course, and again, as usual, make sure you wait for an entry. Let's take a look at the portfolio, and then we'll pop out to the overall market. ABCL getting whacked a little bit. Still looks pretty good longer term. Ideally, though, you know me, I like to see it bang out some new highs. ATAI selling off a little, but for the most part, hanging in there. Cypher, kind of a bit of a bummer. It was off to the races earlier in the day, but then it came back in, obviously, to form the outside day down. Longer term uptrend still intact. Ditto for KGC as far as the longer term uptrend is concerned. Kind of a flat day there. Katos tried to rally from a bit of an opening gap reversal. We talked about that in Facebook earlier today. KYT, but ended up coming back in by the end of the day. Still looks pretty good longer term, though. It actually looks like it's just in the middle of setting up as a nice pullback. And I hate to use the word hope, but hopefully it didn't pull back too far. KYTX coming back in a little. Still looks like it wants to head higher. Not too far from those brand new highs. NUAI off a bit, but well off its worst levels on the day. And finally, TFPM actually ended up a little bit on the day. Let's take a look at the overall market and drill down a little. First of all, the P's, S&P 500 getting whacked pretty hard. You look at a weekly chart, it doesn't look so bad, but yeah, the daily chart, not too pretty, especially when you look at the fact that we hit lows that we haven't seen in quite some time, since September, so about 1 month lows in here. So that's a little bit of a concern, obviously. You know the routine, though. Here it comes one day at a time. NASDAQ composite, look at that, down over 3.5%. Big, fat, ugly outside bar down. The thing is, for now, this move lower could be the mother of all knockout moves. But as you know, with knockouts, they can keep on knocking out, obviously. From a trader's perspective, like I'm trying to think of a recent one we had. Yeah, or duh. The point I was making last night is when you have a huge knockout move like that, a lot of times they don't trigger it. It keeps on keeping on. But for now, we're just going to call the NASDAQ a knockout move. Longer term, like the P's, it still looks pretty good. It looks like it's trying to correct a little bit, and obviously. Let's just see how things shake out. I think this market was looking for a reason to sell off. Gold, the commodity, actually ended a little higher on the day, just off of brand new highs. Gold stocks ended a smidge higher if you squint your eyes, so that's some positive action there. But there was plenty of negative action. Broker-dealer, big fat outside bar down. Now it's back to the middle, almost lower end of its range, so don't go after anything here, unless, of course, it turns back up. Biotech, bit of a knockout move. It still looks pretty good longer term, though. So far, again, just a little bit of a knockout move there. Software, kind of an ugly day, outside day down, coming back to the breakout level. So wait for the trade to continue there before getting too excited. Defense, again, you guessed it, a knockout move, and it looks pretty good. Nice persistent uptrend from this breakout. So far, just a bit of a pullback. That actually looks fantastic. But obviously, a big wide range bar down, or another one, I should say, will put you back into the base, and then all bets are off. So as a trend follower, you do spend a lot of time in wait and see mode. Rusty, a little ugly looking in here, but so far, again, it just kind of looks like a knockout move. But what happens next is going to be important, obviously. Pot stock's getting whacked fairly hard. Like to see them turn back up before getting too excited there. And again, lots of overhead supply, as I would say, quite a bit. Metals and mining overall down a little on the day after trying to rally, but they've been on a tear as of late. What else is happening? Semiconductors got whacked pretty hard. So far, again, it just looks like a knockout move there. So a little ugly action here and there. Most areas just look like knockouts. Again, it's what happens next that's important. With some of these areas, if they have another wide range bar or two down, then they could be back to their prior basis, and that would be of concern. But for now, let's just let things shake out and see what happens. Make sure, of course, and as usual, you honor your stops. Everybody have a fantastic weekend. I'll be checking in throughout the weekend, dodging honeydew. So if you guys need any help with anything, feel free to hit me up. If not, everybody, enjoy your weekend, and we'll talk again on Monday. Thank you so much.